Sorry, Edgar. You were too much of an asshole to live. Well, a quick look around here won't hurt. Now we gotta try and get together an antidote for this friggin' problem. An old love letter. My most exquisite friend. Everything is now ready for our journey to France. We'll leave from Dover on the 17th and we'll spend the whole summer in Paris. I can't wait to taste all those delicate flavours that the wonderful city has to offer. I can't wait to try them all with you. Music, food, theatre, architecture, perfumes, fashion, and you. Oh, what a delight it'll be. I already wrote to some of the good artist friends who will be as delighted as me to see you on stage in the French theatre. Edmund Rostand should be there. I know you like his work very much, and I count on him to introduce us to the magnificent Sarah Bernard. That would be my greatest achievement on this journey. I can't wait for you to hold you again in your arms, my sweetest delight, and drink again from the source of your divine talent. Calhoun Russell. Seems that Calhoun knew Mrs. or Miss Fletcher. I'm sorry Edgar's dead, but turning him into a vampire wasn't necessarily the right choice. Condemning him to die because he made a mistake? Big a mistake as it was, but I also don't think that him being alive forever is a particularly good idea. I think turning anybody is potentially a bad idea, especially someone who's reckless with the ethics as he was. Well, that sad state of affairs is done.
I'll return later.
What?
So Harriet Jones became the original carrier when Edgar gave her vampire blood. I must tell Elizabeth.
Indeed, we must tell Elizabeth. Who is at her house? But you know what we're going to do before we tell Elizabeth? We're going to visit... Actually, wait, is this the best way to go? Yeah, we'll go this way. Wait. Yeah, we'll go this way. It's fine. Jonathan, start going backwards. No leeches here. Just fun, friendly vampires. So, Pandora's box remains closed. However, only in a sort of literal sense, since we haven't looked at the notebook. However, in a more worrying sense, what the hell has Edgar done? And what does that mean for us? That's a bigger problem. So, my first thought, if they used our blood, and our blood was infecting people, that would be bad. However, they're not using our blood, are they? They're using Lady Elizabeth's blood. Another question then. Why is Lady Elizabeth's blood turning people into monsters? That is also not a good thing. Actually, on a scale of 1 to oh dear god, that's actually right up there with bad things in general. Right, let's not go there since that's the wrong way. Hey, it's one of you guys. Okay, now we can get into a scrap. Actually, no, we're not going to do that because that still is the wrong way. Where the hell am I going? Okay, apparently I'm going to have to go through my own house first. That's a little bit inconvenient. Never mind. So, that's a bit of a problem. Also, the fact that he betrayed the trust of his patients is also a bad no-no for a doctor. The ever-caring butler. But that's not where we're going to be staying tonight. I'm actually going to do my magical powers of Scoot Scoot to get past these guys because I don't need to fight them. At this point, it's actually kind of pointless. I'll probably not get enough experience. I might get one more level out of this before we're finishing the game, I guess. Hello, hello! Are you,
You London vampires are so weak!
Well, that's just rude. Guess what? I ain't gonna put up with your nonsense. I'm just gonna leave. Prick. And we're in the West End Temple Church area, and we can go and hand this quest in quickly. Then we will go see Lady Ashbury. For some reason, this music always reminds me of like Deus Ex or something. Or Vampire the Masquerade. Funny enough. Right. Did not check the notebook. Let's give the notebook back to Usher. Here you are, Usher. One notebook for you.
Good evening, Jonathan Reed. Can I help you in any way?
Yes, I've got your notebook.
I found your notebook. The one the guard of Prewin stole from you.
And you've brought it back to me. That's excellent news, Jonathan. Were you able to keep yourself from reading it?
Yes. I give it back to you untouched.
Then, my friend, you deserve a little something to reward your fortitude. Please, have this, with my gratitude.
What's in the notebook?
I can't answer you, Jonathan, since you chose not to open it.
What? Anyway, thank you.
Goodbye,
Quest
sir.
done.
I rarely wander.
Right, we've gained a new note. And if we look at the notes, I'm not sure this is on the Guard of Pruin, I think. No. Origin of the Brotherhood. Now, all this kind of thing is actually interesting enough to read if you want to read it. I'm not going to out loud on this, so do feel free to have a quick squint through. That's the first page, and there's the second page. However, the most important thing is what we've got here. For this allows us to identify what we're going to do. Now, I'll sort of explain myself a little bit. These on the floor, here, they allow us... Well, this allows us to open the door, I guess. Now, this notebook we've been given, this note we've been given, with these symbols up here, will tell us what order we need to do this in. Now, the order is the same, and normally for the entire game, you need to collect every single collectible. Now, we're not massively far behind, but to save myself a little bit of bother and you a lot of delay, I'm going to open this without that assistance. Now, we've done this quest, which essentially allows us to skip the tedious collecting every single note in the game part. And I will then go and proceed to open the door. At least I will try anyway. Let's see if I can get this to work. Okay, so, the general gist of the puzzle. So, while I explain it to you briefly, this is the pattern of... This is random every single game. This is the pattern on the floor that you have to push the tiles in. This left bit being the slope going downwards, and this being the back bit. And we have to do it in a certain order. And some of the notes in the game, that's why you need all of them, give you a clue. For example, here's an example one. Square has 3 dots, telling you that square needs to be pushed third. Now, we know what the pattern is because I cheated, but it's just saving myself some collecting. But it's a really cool thing. But you have to have the original notepad, this one, to know what the combination is in your game. So it starts off with this one, like that, and we go to this one, and then we go to this one. Cool. And then we go back here, and then back onto this one. And then onto this one to finish. Bingo! Da 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 da! And there we go. We got a little achievement. Yay! And the True Dragon's Bane, which is a weapon. I've never got this before, so this will be interesting. And the Reculations of Paulus Aurelianus. Good gracious. I've never read this before because I've never done this before, so I'm going to read it because I've never seen it. 20 and to any of my legates, or any clever stranger, or legates, I guess, sorry, who would one day decipher the code leading to this parchment, that this was not written for you, but for me. As the founder of the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole, I have many names and too long a story. Those few lines are meant to help me remember who I was, what choices I made, and why I did what I chose to do. To never cease to inquire about immortals, and firmly banish any of them who'd prove evil. Through the centuries of my long life, I've been given many names and many titles, but I remember being born on the beautiful island of Albion, England, Britain, I guess. I forgot the precise date, but I was told that during the summer of the first quarter of the 5th century, after the birth of the Christian Messiah, I vaguely remember my mother's voice as sweet as fresh honey when she sang to my older brother and me. She named me Paul, and my brother Emrys. My father was a strong knight of the kingdom of Pension, and I think I had a happy childhood. I learned to read and I was taught by wise men. Then the Saxons came and all was lost. The invaders came from the east and took the land. This was before the false prophet, now known as the Horned Trickster, presented himself in front of King Guruthurgun to foresee the flight of the red and white dragons and the defeat of our people. His words were so powerful that the king made him his advisor. As soldiers, as warriors, my father and my brother had no choice but to stand by their king and fight. As a priest, I was free to choose another path. After the death of our mother, I led the exile of my people. I led them across the sea, the young, the old, and the sick, to the islands of Ursant and Bats, to the city of Oskimor, where we had to learn new languages. And in all these places I went, I spoke the truth and the true faith. I spoke about the devil and his crooked horns. With those years, I almost forgot about the face of my mother and forests of my youth, about the fall of our land and the death of my relatives. I had so much to accomplish. I was a bishop. I had a flock to guide. My eyes looked to the future. I remember my previous life. I forgot how to remember my previous life. I was old and at peace when my brother Emrys found me, many years after his tomb was sealed. I saw his dead flesh walk toward me in the dim light of the evening, and his rotten mouth spoke ill of me. He called me a traitor, for I had fled the land of our ancestors while he remained to fight. The trickster was his master now. He had granted him a natural and prolonged life. I called my brother the son of the dragon, and a dragon himself. and that was what he had become, but he refused to listen. He wanted me to join him and help him protect Albion, to unite our people again in the next battles to come. To achieve victory, he offered me everlasting life, and I refused. He attacked me, and his fangs and claws went deep into my flesh. Finally, I managed to bind him with my stole, and the power of God struck him. Then I sent him away, back to the sea and to the shadows, forbidden to ever come back. This is the true story of my brother and my stole. This is how we were both defeated, for my words did not convince him, and his bite corrupted me. Soon I died, and I rose from the grave to forever walk under the clouded moon. I drank the blood. I changed my face. For the crime I had committed upon my own kin, I swore to go back to Albion. There I would watch and protect my land in the land in my own way, strengthened by my faith, but blinded by the sun. Of my weakness I would make my strength, a ray of hope in the darkness for centuries to come, under many disguises among the living, bound to my oath to protect the living from the threat of the dragons, ready to ban any of them who prove to be evil. Huh. And we gain ourselves a sword. Wow. The true Dragon's Bane. This ancient sword with the Latin phase engraved on the blade had been forged in Wales during the 6th century and belonged to Paulus Aurelianus, the founder of the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole. Legends say he had this blade forged before he chose the path of exile and left England with his people. Dragon's Bane has been passed to each new primate of the Brotherhood, and may have been used in secret ceremonies, when a primate was sent on a path of war to defeat a hostile creature. The sacred sword was supposedly lost during the schism between the Brotherhood and the Guard of Prywin in the 19th century, but it seems a few copies may have been made, but this is the true and original Dragon's Bane, and I feel we should probably use that. It seems quite fitting. However, in the meantime, we do have Lady Ashbury to visit, don't we? I will quickly pop into this, the hideout and make the sword a burly one, since I should have enough bits to do that, in theory. Ratties! That was actually really interesting. Sorry for a lot of reading this set, but I'd never seen that before, so it's kind of cool. Ugh. Right then, workbench. Aha. Let's see if I can upgrade. Oh, what we got here? William Marshall's memoirs. Oh, of course. The ability to make, well, we need a dose of insulin. Well, I guess because we can't use garlic. King Arthur's blood. Well, I know we're going to have to ask for that. And William Marshall's blood. That might be a bit trickier to get. Okay. True Dragon's Bane. Can I upgrade that? I can. Yoink. So, increase damage or absorb blood. Let's just make it super burly. Decrease stamina consumption. That's very useful. Oh, I can't actually upgrade that any further. Increase damage or just... let's do that. So less stamina, but that's 258 damage. So how does that compare to what we've already got? Probably not as good, actually, is it? Maybe it's a bit quicker? Maybe it's a one-handed sword as opposed to anything else? I don't know, actually. It is! It's a one-handed sword. Cool. We should test this then. So in that case, I will keep the Bludgeon of Doom, and instead swap out the Saber for the True Dragon's Bane. Let's see what that's like, shall we? Right. To Lady Ashbury's abode. Shouldn't take us too long to get there. Especially if we pop out on this side, and then we'll be in Whitechapel, and then we can work our way back down. Yeah, that's fine. Gentlemen, you know, for a magical sword, not quite as cool as I was hoping. Yeah, he probably is. That's not really my problem, though it is my fault. Aw, come on guys, really not gonna let me out? Oh, there we go. I thought they were gonna be wieners about it. Hey, Skull dude. Seriously, you carry on eating. I'm not here to stop you, dude. Whee! There we go. I'm in Whitechapel, so I'm up here. So if I scoot this way, I really should know where I am. Yeah. Madam? Sir? Oh, is this actually the quickest way to go? Bollocks, it probably isn't, is it? Okay. So if we pop down this way, do I have to open a gate to get through here? Oh, probably. Let's go the other way, since I know I opened the gate the other way. Unless I didn't, in which case this is about to suck. Well, one way to find out. And if I didn't open the gate, then that's my bad, and I'm a baddie, and I'm sorry. Actually, in fact, I will edit this so we'll get there quicker. Somewhat amusingly, I'm killing this dude on Lady Ashbury's lawn, so, I mean, I know she's done a really good job of not proving to people that she's a vampire, This might be kind of hard to explain. Ow. Alright, dude. I am desperately trying to go into this house. Desperately. By the way, I tried it for a little bit. I am super not keen on the one-handed because it doesn't stun enough. It's kind of stun locks these dudes. Oh, come on. Oh, give me a break, man. Alright. There's always somebody who's got to ruin it for everyone else in there. So I'm going to drain you, and I'm not going to feel bad about it, because you made me kill half of London to get here. By the way, that gate was locked, that I thought it wasn't, so I had to go around the long way. Thanks! Right, finally we are here. We can discuss things with Lady Ashbury. Goodness, this has been a very bitty set. Like, I'm going to have to stitch all this together later, and it's going to be a nightmare. It's going to be bad. Lady Ashbury!
What good fortune brings you back to me, Jonathan? What is it, my dear?
I'm afraid it's bad news, Elizabeth. The worst, actually.
Please, speak up.
Edgar is no longer in McCullum's grasp. I resolved that matter.
Where is our good friend now? Is he well?
He was mortally wounded. I put an end to his misery.
That is terrible, Jonathan. And yet you did what you must. Poor man.
Edgar Swansea was responsible for the Skal epidemic, Elizabeth. It was he who unleashed the deadly scourge upon London.
What? Are you certain? This is the most terrible accusation of all.
He confessed everything to me. He sought to cure the disease, to exploit vampire blood to stop the epidemic. But he unwittingly gave birth to a catastrophe.
All those poor victims. How could he do it? What happened?
Edgar gave no heed to ethics. His theory could have been proven to be correct, but he abused the confidence of his patients to test it.
I must say I'm shocked, Jonathan. Who would have thought it? And the poor patient. Let me guess. It was Harriet Jones, was it not?
Yes. That explains how Doris Fletcher was infected, and how she became an Icor. She secretly visited her mother at Pembroke.
Then we have no choice. We must act quickly, Jonathan. We must return to the sewers and put an end to the threat poor Harriet embodies.
I have one more matter to discuss with you. Harriet Jones was the primary case, but do you know what a healthy carrier is?
There is a tone in your voice that frightens me, Jonathan. What are you trying to say?
It was your blood Edgar used for his experiment on Harriet Jones.
What? No. No. This can't be. Oh.
Elizabeth, are you all right?
No, I have to go.
What do you mean?
Leave me alone. Save the city, Jonathan. Save what can be saved.
Elizabeth, I need answers. Why did your blood
Stay
cause
away
this?
from me. Please. I swear I never was your enemy.
Wait! No! Elizabeth!
Well, that could have gone better. Right, well, understandably Elizabeth's a bit shocked at the news that, well, she's a healthy carrier. Typhoid Mary or something. That's not good. That's not good at all. Well, we got an objective now. We have to obtain a drop of William Marshall's blood from Lord Redgrave, because he's got it in a big sack. I forgot about that. He has a big thing. He's going to love to see us. Obtain a drop of King Arthur's blood from Geoffrey McCullum. He's also going to love to see us. And search for insulin in the old morgue of the Pembroke. That's going to be easy enough. Right, I'm going to stop there for today. Next time, gathering ingredients and then stopping the threat. Thank you for watching. See you all next time.